your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
Hot, humid weather across the area today, leading to scattered late-day thunderstorms. Right now, we've got a little bit of lingering rain across parts of the Grand Strand. Still a severe thunderstorm in Robeson County, and one thunderstorm west of Conway starting to get going right now. This went up across Robeson County, north of Lumberton near St. Paul's. Has some hail up to the size about the quarters or so, and winds up to 60 miles per hour. Scattered storms will be winding down this evening, but it's going to stay pretty warm. Temperatures right now in the 80s and 90s. Some of us cooling down. We'll get down into the 70s tonight and heating again tomorrow. I'll let you know if we'll see more storms tomorrow coming up.
Coverage you can count on at 5 starts now.
Right now on News 13 at 5, an entire police department is walking away after they say their requests for raises were denied. Tonight you'll hear from the chief for the first time since the decision.
Plus, new warrants reveal a Conway woman found dead inside her home was assaulted and beaten with a rubber mallet. We now know the man accused of killing her.
Then an ongoing severe drought is taking a devastating toll on one local farm, wiping out hundreds of plants and threatening this season's harvest. Count on a live report. Thanks for joining us for News 13 at 5. I'm Adriana Lawrence.
And I'm Annette Pegler. First and new at 5, the city of Johnsonville will soon be without a police force after its officers and police chief resigned.
Chief Ron Douglas tells News 13 the stems from city leaders rejecting their pay raise request. The city is also nearly $5 million in debt.
News 13's Eric Cooper is live in Johnsonville, where he spoke with Chief Douglas about their decision to resign. Eric.
Well, Annette and Adriana, Chief Douglas said that his request for a raise was a result of trying not to leave the city without a police force following 2 other officers' resignations. The annual salaries for all 3 together was combined $180,000. Chief Douglas asked council to approve $8,000 raises for each of the department's 3 officers, totaling approximately $24,000. Douglas says he was hoping that the money could come from the vacant positions unfilled. He told me council declined the request, but voted to keep the police department open, meaning they would be still employed but without raises. Douglas says despite his disappointment, he wants to remain transparent with the public and ask residents not to believe circulating misinformation.
I would ask that people stop saying negative things about the mayor and council members because they inherited the financial mess, and a lot of citizens, unfortunately, they're going off on bad information. That's why I'm heartbroken.
Now, the 2 officers that resigned 2 days after the council's decision not to grant them their raises. Chief Douglas' last day will be July 16th. Now, coming up at 6, you'll hear more from concerned citizens and also the agency that Chief Douglas will be heading to. Reporting live in Johnsonville, Eric Cooper, News 13.
Eric, thank you. Back along the Grand Strand, police say a man is facing a murder charge tonight after a Conway woman was found dead inside her home. We've just learned in the last 15 minutes, Conway police say it was a domestic incident. Just after 7:30 Sunday morning, Conway Fire Department got a medical call to a home on 6th Avenue where they say they found the body of Shantavius Manor. The 44-year-old died from traumatic injuries. According to warrants, the suspect, Omar McLeod, pushed Manor to the ground, causing her to hit her head. He's also accused of hitting Manor several times with a rubber mallet. Police tell us their investigation is active and ongoing.
One person is dead and another is behind bars after a shooting in Georgetown County. According to the sheriff's office, Malik Boyd was arrested early this morning following an investigation into the shooting in Andrews. Deputies say Boyd left the scene before deputies got to Far Avenue, where 2 men had been shot. One victim was flown to the hospital, but the second victim did not survive. Boyd is in the Georgetown County Detention Center on a murder and attempted murder charges.
Well, a fight on Hilton Head Island during 4th of July celebrations ended in a shooting and several people injured. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office says Saturday night a fight broke out between 2 groups near the Tiki Hut restaurant on Caligny Beach. Officials say shots were fired, hitting 8 people. 7 of them were taken to the hospital. The sheriff says law enforcement responded within 17 seconds and is not calling the incident a mass shooting.
Within 17 seconds of the actual calls that came in our communication center, we had deputy sheriffs at the scene. That the video that we got from that camera is absolutely outstanding, and we have the entire incident on video.
Now, the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office confirmed that 6 people were brought in for questioning. 4 have been arrested, and you can find their names and charges right now at WBTW.com.
New at 5, a Longs plant nursery farmer is sharing his struggles as the extreme drought in Horry County worsens.
Currently across the Grand Strand, some areas having some of the lowest reports of rain on record.
News 13's Gabby Jonas joins us live now from Little Nursery Farm in Longs, just off of Highway 905. And Gabby, just how bad is the drought impacting this particular nursery?
Yeah, Adrian and Annette, I don't know if you guys can tell, but thankfully so, we did get some showers here in Longs earlier today. And that's a good thing for farmer Alan Little and his farm because of trees like these. These are his pear and apple trees. I don't know if you guys can make this out, but these leaves are starting to turn brown on the tips. And that's because of the extreme heat and drought that we've been seeing across the Grand Strand. Now, he says despite this, he does think trees like these are still salvageable. So since the start of the drought, Little says his roughly 4-decade-old farm has lost roughly 100 trees and 300 plants from the lack of water coming into the Longs area. He tells me his irrigation water system is working overtime with almost double the amount of water this year compared to last. He says his pipes are cycling out roughly 120 gallons a minute, and he says the amount of water has been running for the past 6 weeks as his farm remains dry. Little says when drought conditions like this occur, it becomes extremely stressful for not only him, but also specific plants he grows.
Well, a lot of them are perennials and annuals because they're contained in their pot, in their environment. And it's hard to keep that environment under the best correct conditions in terms of moisture. And so with a lack of moisture, I mean, they can dry up in just a few hours and therefore it goes through stress.
Now, Little says despite the heat, he's going to have to accept it and find other ways to help him get through this difficult time. Now, coming up at 6, hear about a way that he's helping get through this difficult time with a pond he dug just 2 months ago. But for now, reporting live in Longs, Gabby Jonas, News 13.
Gabby, thank you. News 13 is your local election headquarters, and in about an hour, Atlantic Beach's new mayor will be sworn in, putting an end to a legal battle over the 2023 election. Josephine Isom was declared the winner last month after the South Carolina Supreme Court ordered the town's election commission to certify the election results, rejecting calls for a new vote. The years-long dispute centered on allegations of voter fraud and contested provisional ballots. Council members are also set to discuss ongoing lawsuits, including one involving former police chief Carlos Castillo. Now, we'll have more from tonight's meeting coming up on News 13 at 11.
We now know the name of a person killed in a car versus motorcycle accident in the Forest Brook area. The county coroner tells us 78-year-old Gary Hirsch died at the hospital after the crash. State Highway Patrol says it happened around 2:30 Sunday morning on McCormick Road near Hammerstone Run. Troopers say Hirsch was hit by a Nissan sedan trying to make a left turn. 2 people inside the Nissan were not hurt.
Well, still no word tonight on the name of a pedestrian killed after being hit by a pickup truck in Dillon County. Highway Patrol says this happened just before 11:30 Saturday night on Highway 57 near Gordonville Court. That's in the Newton community. Troopers say the pedestrian was in the road when they were hit by a Chevy Silverado traveling south. They died at the scene. Highway Patrol is investigating.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And traffic is slow at times right now on 501 from CCU to Carolina Forest, especially Conway bound traffic. Also some slowdowns on 544 right now. Drive times along the Grand Strand on 501 from Carolina Forest to CCU. That's going to take 23 minutes. 17 in both directions along the Grand Strand. That's moving slower than normal as well. Florence area looking okay. No problems in town right now. I-95 moving along nicely. Currently on 95 from TV Road to 76. That'll take 9 minutes. Palmetto from 5 Points to Irby Street will take 5 minutes. And 52 from Palmetto to I-95 will take 7 minutes.
Frank, thank you. Soccer fans in our area are gearing up for tonight's World Cup match between the U.S. men's national soccer team and Belgium. News 13 spoke with a coach at the Florence Soccer Association who says they've seen a spike in interest for soccer sign-ups since the World Cup. He tells us soccer is a universal sport that isn't going away anytime soon.
We can kind of bring these different backgrounds and these You know, economics doesn't matter, where you came from doesn't matter, what language you speak doesn't matter. Soccer and the game is a universal language, and we do the very best we can to make sure that we speak it very well here in Florence.
Tonight's match also comes as controversy swirls around FIFA's decision to lift the suspension of one of the United States' star players.
And the move came after President Trump called the head of the soccer organization, Nana Bonsu, reports from the White House.
All I did, I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul.
In the Oval Office Monday, President Trump acknowledged he called the head of FIFA after a member of the U.S. men's team, Folarin Balogun, received a red card in the match against Bosnia last week, making him ineligible to play in tonight's game.
It's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So, yes, I asked for a review.
But the president denied he had anything to do with FIFA's decision to let Balogun play. In a statement Monday, FIFA President Gianni Infantino stressed the independence of FIFA's judicial bodies, adding that its disciplinary committee judges cases such as Balogun's on applicable regulations and the specific facts.
The president said if the suspension was allowed to stand and Belgium won, he would have called the result rigged. But others say the reversal is a blow to FIFA's integrity.
This is not the way football works. You know, if we were playing France and President Macron put in a call to make sure their elite striker was able to play, how would we feel? If Saudi Arabia did this, how would we feel?
Ahead of tonight's match in Seattle, Belgium lost its appeal to reinstate Balogun's one-game suspension, clearing the way for the U.S. star striker to take the field. Nana Bonsu, CBS News, the White House.
And the Belgian Football Club issued a statement saying it has informed the United States Soccer Federation that it contests the eligibility of the player. European soccer leaders have also criticized FIFA's decision as incomprehensible and unjustifiable.
And temperatures today back into the 90s with those heat index values over 100. I'll have a look at how long this heat is going to last coming up.